Monkey's Question, written by Julie Harding, illustrated by Maria Voris. One morning, sun shone dimly through the company forest leaves. A few spots of light danced on the thin fronds of the fern on the ground. A family of spider monkeys slept in the branches of a tall tree. Father rolled over in his sleep and bumped his young son, Terry. "Who bumped me?" Terry shouted, jerkily awake. "Did you do it in your sleep? Why do we move in our sleep?" Mother's eyes snapped open. Another day of questions had begun, and no one had even had breakfast yet. Luckily for the young spider monkey, his parents were very patient. They were also very wise. They had been able to answer nearly every question Terry had ever asked. Terry's mother thought it was wonderful that his first word was why, but he began to worry when it was the only word he seemed to know. Terry asked questions about the landscape as the family walked through the trees. "Why is the sky blue? Why is the other hills high?" As he asked about all the animals live when they went to visit friends. "Why does jackal have spots? Why do ants live underground?" He asked about the tree they live in while he fell asleep in its branches. "Why is it tall? Why does it have leaves?" He asked about food while the family prepared meals. "Why are bananas tasty? Why is corn yellow?" Terry's curiosity was truly endless. As Terry grew older, his questions had become more difficult. Then one day, his parents could not answer why are we called spider monkeys. Terry's parents could have guessed the answer to this question, but they felt it was the time to Terry to figure out some things out on his own. They tried to explain why they could not answer Terry's simple questions. His mother took a deep breath and said, "In the day before monkeys could talk with one another, the name of animals gave every creature a name. Each animal carries its given name until the end of time. Generation after generation of spider monkeys have been called by that name." "But how can I find out where the name came?" Terry's parents exchanged glances. "Well, Terry," his father says, "there's someone who knows the name herself lives in the other world beyond our forest." Terry had heard about the Nema before. The animals in the forest had a great respect for her and all of her mysteries. Terry guessed that Nema must be an incredible being. Terry believed there were reasons for most of the things in the world. He wanted more than anything to find out what those reasons were. Terry began wondering about the many names of forest animals. Spider monkey was not the strangest. There were iguana, jaguar, Marco, and Pama. Terry began to think the name might be a little silly. Terry went to his friends. "Bomb, iguana, she was always a good adventure." Sometimes she and Terry could figure things out without asking the parents. Pamela was very excited by the questions of where the names came from. Her parents could only guess where the iguana came from. Terry and Balaam decided to find the Nemo in the other world and asked her where she had gotten their name. This was no small journey for Spider, Monkey, and an iguana, but the reward seemed well worth the trek. After asking the parents' permission, they went off to the other world to get the bottom of their curiosity. Terry swung himself through the trees, carrying Balaam on his back. After all, iguanas are not known to be fast on their feet. After swinging his arm for what seems like days, Terry reached the edge of the tree, and Balaam stepped off his back of the trees. They could not believe their eyes. Neither had been outside the forest, and neither of them had begun to wonder about the other worlds beyond. A whole new series of questions drummed in Terry's head. He climbed out of the trees and started an assessment. There was space here. No tree grew. The sky was huge, bigger than anything. Little green spikes covered the earth. The little friends were silent until the eyes settled on a strange object before them. It was the home of the Namer. The object was smaller than many of the trees in the forest, and was much less impressive. Terry and Balaam went to the base of the object. It looked like a lot of branches were stuck together. Terry had seen things like in the middle of the forest. They were left over from some long ago creatures. Just then, part of the object swung open. A giant monkey with no fur spiked on her head emerged. Ted scratched through the creature from the hut. What are you wearing? Who are you? Did you name me? Why am I called a spider monkey? Why this Balaam called an iguana? Why are the things named Pama and Jagger? Slowly, Spider Monkey, said the Namer. First of all, you are called Spider Monkey because the way you climb reminds me of a spider. Oh, said Terry, that makes sense. But what about monkey? Monkey is the name for many kinds of creatures that resemble you, the Namer said. Oh, why? Suddenly the Namer got a strange look on her face. Herself did not really know why the things called what they were. It sounded right, she finally replied. That's it, it sounded right. Yes, you look like a monkey to me. And you, Balaam, look like an iguana. My favorite name in this rainforest is Love. I named him with sneeze. I was allergic to it. The cook could name herself because it sounded make. And sometimes I just try to think of the word that sound fun or make me laugh. You see, when I was young, I began to name animals. Use names to separate one creature from another. But whatever name I chose, I was careful to stay true to each creature. Finally, it makes sense. Names were meant to set apart each special creature, and they were just like the name that Terry and Bala were given speciality by their parents. Terry and Bala had reached the goal. While their names did not turn out to be as mysterious as they had thought, they were happy to know the truth. The Namer even invited them to come back if they ever had another questions. Terry's parents welcomed him along this time. They were asking all the questions.